Hello guys, this is Puerto Rico and today we have the Vortex AMG UH. Welcome back guys. Today we have another sight or weapon mount. Sight is a holographic sight from Vortex, and that's the Vortex AMG UH or UH-1. This is the Gen 2. It also has the charging option for the CR123, which was not that good. We've been running the Eotech XPS3, that's the one with integrated mount. And I think that's the closest comparison to the UH that we have on this rifle. First of all, it looks very futuristic. It looks pretty sleek, I have to say. I like how it looks, so those sharp lines going forward, it just looks really cool. And not just in the AR-15, but when you put it on other platforms like the PS90 or some of the carbons, it looks pretty damn cool. So we're gonna go from the back to the front, and on the back we're gonna have the buttons right here. So you're gonna have your minus, your plus. Like clicking one of those, it's gonna turn on the reticle, and you're gonna have your night vision mode. These buttons in the back allow you to navigate to the brightness setting. If you're on regular brightness setting, you're gonna have 15 visible mode. You can go from really low brightness all the way up to 15, which should be really bright for those outdoor days that you have a bunch of sun bouncing everywhere. If you click your night vision button, you're gonna have 4 different modes, and these are very hard to see if you can't even see them through the reticle, because they're made for really low light or pitch black using night vision. And there's other people testing it, but we're not rich enough to have night vision and test this reticle on that mode yet. These buttons, besides being very easy to find, they're very clicky. So if you're changing the mode, you can definitely hear it. On the same note, this reticle battery life is about 1500 hours, which is quite a bit of runtime for a holographic sight. Holographics are usually pretty big size, so you have your circle, you have your dot, or your donut, and then your dot in the middle, so they draw a lot of power, so the battery drains a little bit faster. A cool mode that this reticle has is the auto shut off. It will auto shut off after 14 hours if you have it set on. So if you're going to sleep and you want to have this rifle ready, you can set that mode on, leave the reticle on throughout the night, and if you don't use the rifle later on, it will turn off. To turn that auto shut off on and off, you hit the minus button or the brightness setting down minus for 5 seconds, and the reticle is gonna blink. It's gonna turn that setting off. If you want to turn it on, you do it on the plus button. For 5 seconds, it's gonna blink, and the auto shut off is gonna turn on. And again, it's for 14 hours, so that reticle will stay on and then will shut off to save battery life. Something really cool about this reticle, it have an integrated mount, so you won't have you don't have to buy another mount. You don't want to have to change it. You're just gonna have it right there, and like the Eotech, you're gonna have a lever right there, and then like a little safety. It's gonna press right here, and you pull the lever so you can take the reticle off, put it somewhere else. Very, very easy. And on the other side, once you loosen up that little lever, you're gonna have a little adjustment here that you can do with a little flat screwdriver, a little bullet casing, and some rails have different specs, so sometimes you're gonna have to tighten it up, sometimes you're gonna have to loosen up to make sure it's gonna fit on your rifle, and you want it really snug, that way you retain 0. And yes, it is an integrated mount. I think because everything's all together, it looks really, really good. There's one downside: you're that kind of person that want to lower or raise that mount, is that you can't because it's integrated. So you're gonna put it on your MP5, you want it really low, you won't be able to do it. You're going to have the same height regardless of the gun. You can add like a raised Picatinny rail, but it's going to get all bulky. So on this gun, Bravo Company AR-15, it looks great and the height is perfect. It allows to put that chic on the stock super easy, find the target, and shoot very fast. And right on the right side, you're gonna have your windage and elevation, and these are very good because they are recessed knobs, so you're gonna have some of the frame overlapping a little higher than where the wheel is at. So if you're gonna bump it with something, is put it on the ground, the zero is not gonna change. It's not gonna change this reticle because it's a little bit protected. It's like most reticle, it has like a flat screwdriver adjustment that you can use, or you can use the back of most common bullet casing. This is a 5.56 rifle, so you take that bullet casing or the whole bullet and you can change wind and elevation, and that's what we actually did. Another cool thing is that the windage and elevation knobs are not on the reticle itself, they are almost in the mat. Something where to bump it, really hit really hard. This reticle, that's gonna be very rigid, very solid, very close to the rail and have more protection. And you at yours are like almost any other holographic sight, it's a half MOA. Also, like most of your holographic sights, this is a heavy sight, so you're trying to keep the light setup. You're probably better off going to a red dot and go really light, that way you don't add any weight. But this right here is about 11 ounces, which is quite heavy. Once you add 11 ounces here, 11 ounces on the light, you add a sling, you add other stuff, very quickly it becomes a very heavy rifle. And this one right here, we didn't put anything else that's heavy, so it's worked good enough for us. It works actually great for us on this rifle. On the left side, the same side, you have your lever. You're gonna have your battery cap. This one is a pretty cool design. It looks like one piece, like integrated, but you have a little tab that you can pull up or down. That's gonna be what you use to turn it. So lefty loosey, righty tighty, you turn to the left and it's gonna unscrew completely, and it's gonna be tethered to the optics. So if you open that cap, you're not gonna lose it. It's gonna have a little wires or string that's gonna hang off the side, and you will have your battery cap right there. The UI runs on CR123 batteries, so they're very common nowadays. I usually keep a couple on the right, a couple on my chest rig, so I have plenty of batteries and I don't have to worry about it. One time we're doing some shooting drills and this battery died. We didn't check it before we went to the range. We left it on without the auto shut off. We have another Eotech that has the same battery and they have a tether cap, so we were just swapping the battery back and forward so we can get our drills done. If you look at the reticle, is gonna be like a modified donut holographic side like your Eotech, but the Eotech have a solid circle. This was gonna have some spaces and some segments on the circle, and that's gonna allow to save a little bit of battery, and it's not going to cover your target completely. You have it really bright. You're gonna have some spaces where it's not gonna disrupt the target view. Either you're shooting paper, you're shooting at an animal, you're shooting at somebody. You're gonna have more space so your eye can see what you're shooting. Other circle is gonna be about 65 MOA, and that's great for close quarter combat. Like most people expect to use this reticle. So if you're really short, just put that donut right in the middle of your target. If a human, you can put it right in the middle here and just pull your trigger and the bullet is gonna hit something. If you're really close, at the bottom you have a little triangle, and that's gonna be pretty much your holdover. If you look at this reticle right here, it's gonna be about 2.5 inches to 3 inches higher than the barrel. When you shoot very close and you're shooting to 25 to 50 yards and you're shooting at 10 yards, the bullet have a chance to converge to kind of align with the red dot side, so it's gonna hit low. That triangle at the bottom of that donut is gonna be your holdover. So if you're really close, put that point of the triangle on your target or what you're looking to shoot, and it's gonna hit almost dead on. Probably not 100%, but when you're shooting that close, you're gonna hit your target regardless. Another thing that they did very well is that your RMR, you're gonna have like a blue tint on the glass, and this is gonna be very hard to show in camera, but just imagine a glass, a holographic glass, and it's gonna be a little bluish tint. I think it's for two reasons. When it's really bright outside, you can contrast that reticle a little bit better on blue than brown or grass when you shoot it out. Also, by having your contrast, you won't have to set up your brightness so much higher like how you will do it with a clear glass, aka Eotech. You have set it up pretty high. It's not the most clear texture, but you have more contrast, so you will be able to see your reticle a little bit better. I don't really care about having the cleanest reticle. I care to see my sight, the battery lasts longer, so I think those are pros to me. But some people don't like it. If you don't like that blue hue, you don't like color, you probably don't want to buy this holographic sight. And the other cool thing is that the price of this is about $450, maybe $499. You buy it retail, but you buy on a pawn shop like we do a lot, or you buy it used, it can go for $350, $400. When you compare that to the reticle version that compares to this, it goes about $600, $650. So you want to have a multiple, reliable, high quality holographics. You probably want to go with the Vortex UI because it's a little bit cheap, or if you just want to save a couple bucks, go with the UI Gen 2. Also, it is a Vortex. Vortex have your VIP warranty, so it doesn't matter what happens to the optic or your binoculars or your rangefinder, they will service it or give you a brand new one, because that's what the warranty is about. Make sure you always have their products working and running. So that's a big pro in my opinion. Having that peace of mind that I can shoot this all I want, beat up the rifle on a good way, just hiking, hunting, doing all that kind of good stuff, or just shooting a lot at the range, and if something happened to it, I can send it back to Vortex and they will take care of it. If you like this video, please hit the like button below, please subscribe, and see you till next time.